Hello everyone, I am Vishali Kant and we are discussing the organic chemistry unit. So today in this video we are going to talk in detail about the nomenclature, and at last we will be talking about the primary, secondary and the tertiary organic compounds. So first structure that we have is this, and we are going to have the nomenclature of this. So we have CHH double bond C connected to CH3, which is connected to CHH connected to CHHH. So now this is the structure which, if I represent it with the compact formula, so now it is CH2. So here I am representing H2 first, H2C double bond C, CH3, CH2, CH3, right? So first of all we have to see the longest chain. This is the longest chain, and the longest chain we have 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons. So in the 4 carbons we have the double bond which is present at the first location, right? So we are going to represent it as but1-ene, right? But here we have this methyl group also present. We have removed hydrogen, we have put CH3 over here. So which position CH3 is present? At 2 locations. So we can be representing it as 2-methyl-but1-ene, right? Similarly here we have the representation. So we are representing the compact formula CH3C triple bond C, C, CH3, CH3, right? So this is the longest chain. The longest chain contains 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbons. So which means we have the pent. Pent is the name, and here we will be having the triple bond for which I will be representing by wine. Okay, so now at which location we have the triple bond? At the second carbon, right? So pent to wine is the representation, and now here you can see this is the methyl group which is present at the 4th carbon. So I have to make the triple bond naming or the number to be lesser than the methyl group. So if I represent the number from here, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I am putting the triple bond at the second carbon and the methyl at the 4 carbon. I can now do the reverse of this, right? So triple bond has given the priority for the numbering. So it would be 4-methyl-pent-2-ine. Coming to the unsaturated compound. Unsaturated compound are the alkenes and alkynes. Why they are called the unsaturated compound? Because they contain C double bond C or C triple bond C, which means the multiple bonds, right? So all of the alkenes, all of the alkynes are the unsaturated compound. Also the benzene is the unsaturated compound. Coming to the saturated compound, alkenes or other compound which are not containing the multiple bonds are the saturated compound, right? So now coming to the naming of halogenoalkanes, where the functional group is halogen. Now how we are doing the naming? As X-haloalkanes, where X represents the position of the halogen, right? So this is the first structure where we have CH2Cl, CH2CH3. Right, so it is my 1-chloropropane. At the first carbon I have the chlorine, so 1-chloro, and I have 3 carbons, so propane. So now here at the second carbon I have bromine, so and I have 4 carbons, so 2-bromobutane. So at the second and the third carbon I have bromine, so I can represent it as 2,3-dibromo, and how many carbon? 4 carbons, so 2,3-dibromobutane. Coming to the next structure, here at the second and the third carbon I have bromine and chlorine. So which one I have to write first? I have to write according to the alphabetical order. So bromine will be I will be writing first, then chlorine. So bromine is present at second carbon, chlorine at the third carbon, and total I have 4 carbons. So 2-bromo, 3-chlorobutane. So here you can see we have methyl and chlorine. So again I am going to represent it in the alphabetical order. So at the second carbon I have chloride, and the third carbon I have methyl. So 2-chloro, 3-methyl and 5 carbons, so pentane, right? So here I have methyl and the bromine. So I have to represent the numbering in such a way that I have the smallest numbering possible for the carbon. So if I represent the numbering from here, at the second carbon I have methyl, at the third carbon I have bromo. So but the bromo has alphabetical order first, so I will be writing bromo first. So 3-bromo, 2-methyl and 5 carbons, so pentane. So now coming to this structure, here you can see we have the chloro as well as we have methyl. So if I start numbering from here, I have to put the numbering in such a manner that the chloro or the halo group will be getting the smallest numbering. So if I number from here, the chloro will be at the second carbon and the methyl would be at the fourth carbon. So 2 chloro, 4 methyl pentane, because I have overall 5 carbon. So here also I will start numbering from here. So at the first carbon I have 3 chlorine, at the second carbon I have 1 chlorine. So total overall I have 4 chlorine, so I can represent the positions 1, 1, 1, 2 tetrachloro, and I have only 3 carbons, so propane. Okay, so now coming to this last structure where we have 2 chlorine at the first carbon and 1 bromine at the second carbon. So 2 bromo I will write first because of alphabetical order, then 1 dichloro and 3 carbons, so propane. Right, so now coming to the naming of organic compound containing oxygen. The organic compound containing oxygen are alcohol and ether, where the functional group is COC. Right, so here if I see the molecular formula, it would be CnH2n plus 2O. Right, so here we have the different type of naming for the different molecular formula, structural formula, condensed and the full formula. So we are going to see all of them. Right, these are the naming for alcohols. First of all, we have methanol. Methanol, because here I have methane, so it will be containing only 1 carbon. So instead of 1 hydrogen, I will be having OH group for the all. Right, so because here I have all, I will be having OH group. So CH3OH. The structural condensed formula is CH3OH, and this is how we will be getting the full formula. Right, so here coming to the ethanol. Ethanol will be having 2 carbons, C2H5OH. So coming to the condensed formula, we will be having CH3CH2OH. So this is how we can represent it in the full form. Propane 1 all. Till methanol and ethanol, I didn't have to specify the location of carbon and the location of carbon where the OH group is present. But in the propane, I have 3 carbons. I need to know at which location the OH group is present. So in the case of C2H5 also, I had 2 carbons. It is same. Even if you number from here or here, it would be same representation. But in propanol, I can represent the OH group at this carbon or at this carbon. So propane 1 all means I have the OH group on the first carbon. Its molecular formula would be C3H7OH and the condensed formula would be CH3CH2CH2OH. Similarly, I have butane 1 all, which is C4H9OH. So it would be having CH3CH2CH2OH, right? So coming to the pentane 1 all, which is having the molecular formula C5H11OH, which is having the condensed formula CH3CH2CH2CH2CH2OH. Coming to the hexane 1 all. Hexane, because I have 6 carbons over here, C6H13OH, CH3CH24, CH2OH. So now from here you have understood, if I have 1 carbon, it is represented by meth, 2 carbon eth, 3 carbon propane, 4 carbon butane, 5 carbon pentane and 6 carbon hexane. So now you can do the nomenclature of a lot of compounds. Now coming to the another type of alcohols that we have. So these are some another type of alcohols. So you can see this structure. At this structure, I have OH group present at the second carbon, and overall I have 3 carbons, so propane 2 all. So here you can see I have OH group present on the first carbon, and I have at the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th location I will be having methyl group. So again here I have to give the preference on the numbering for OH group. I will be numbering from this side, because if I number from this side, the OH would be at the 6th location, right? Whereas I want the numbering of OH to be least. So I will start numbering from here. So if I start numbering from here, the methyl would be at 5th location and the OH would be at the 1st location. So 5 methyl hexane, because overall I have 6 carbon, 5 methyl hexane 1 all. Right, coming to the next structure. In this structure, I have at the 3rd carbon location, I have the OH group, and I will be starting numbering from this side, because even if I do the numbering from this side or this side, OH would be at the 3rd location only. So I will be taking this numbering in such a manner that CH3 would be at the lowest number. So C2 would be having the CH3 group, right? So 2 methyl, and total I have 5 carbons, so pentane 3 all. Here also you can see I have the methyl group present over here, but OH group is present here. So I will be starting numbering from here so that OH would be at the 2nd location. So if I have OH at the 2nd location, then the methyl will be present at the 5th location, 1, 2, 3, 4. So if I have one more carbon over here, okay, so I have another structure. So this is the structure. Okay, so this is the structure. You can see I have OH at the second carbon, and at the fifth carbon I have the methyl. So 5 methyl hexane 3 ol, right? So hexane 2 ol. Okay, so this is how you can do the representation. Now coming to the naming of esters. Esters will be represented in the terms of 2 carbon chains that we have. So here you can see we have oxygen and 2 carbon chains associated with it. So if I see the longest carbon chain, this is my longest carbon chain. In the longest carbon chain we have 3 carbons, so it can be represented as propane. So I have removed one hydrogen. Instead of hydrogen I have put OCH3. So this OCH3 is methoxy group. So methoxypropane is the name, right? Similarly, if I see this structure, in this structure, this is my longest carbon chain which contains the 4 carbons. So which means I have butane, and in the butane I have at the second carbon I have methane. So here I will be representing it as 2-methyl, and here this can be represented as 2-ethoxy. Okay, so instead of removing hydrogen I have here ethoxy group, and here I have methyl group, and this is my butane. So 2-methyl and 2-ethoxy, because methyl here is later in the alphabetical order, so I will be writing 2-ethoxy first, 2-ethoxy, 2-methyl butane. Now coming to the naming of aldehydes, ketones, carboxylic acid and esters. What is the aldehyde ketone carboxylic acid functional group? For aldehyde we have C double bond OH. For ketone we have C, 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 and here at the center C I will be having double bond O. So here in the carboxylic acid we have C double bond O, OH. Right, so now coming to the structures. Here first of all we are talking about aldehydes. So here I have just one carbon and it is an aldehyde, so it can be represented as methanol, right? So here you can see we have 3 carbons and it can be represented as propanol, right? So now the aldehyde group will be present at the first carbon only, so I don't need to represent its position. It would always be present at the first carbon only. So here if you see over here, I have to start numbering from the aldehyde group. So at the 4th carbon I have methyl, so I can represent it as 4th methyl. And how many carbons are there? 5, so 4-methyl pentanol. Coming to the next type of structure, that is ketone. So here you can see we have ketone. So ketone is represented by C double bond O, which are connected by 2C. So here I have 3 carbons, so it can be represented as propanone, right? So I have to represent the location of double bond O here, but only one location is available for double bond O, so here I am not representing it. Here coming to the next structure, here I have 5 carbons and this is a ketone, right? You can see here the double bond O, C is connected to 2C. So this is a ketone, but here I have to represent the location where the double bond O is present. This double bond O can be present over here and here as well. So now it is pentane 2-on. So at the second carbon I have the double bond O. Here you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carbon. Again we have pentane 2-on, but here at the 4th carbon I have the methyl group. So 4-methyl pentane 2-on. So now coming to the carboxylic acid. So this is the simple representation of one carbon carboxylic acid, which is methanoic acid. 2 carbon carboxylic acid is ethanoic acid, 3 carbon carboxylic acid is propanoic acid, and 4 carbon carboxylic acid is butanoic acid. So now here we have 5 carbon carboxylic acid, but here at the 1, 2, 3, 4th carbon I have methyl group. So 4-methyl pentanoic acid, right? Coming to the next structure, here I have at the second and the third location I have methyl. So 2, 3 dimethyl and 4 carbons of butanoic acid. So here at the 2 carbons I have the carbonic acid. So here I have the carboxylic acid. So also I have 4 carbons, so it is butane dioic acid, right? Because I have 2 carboxylic acid structures over here. Coming to the primary, secondary and the tertiary organic compound. So how I am classifying any organic compound as primary, secondary or tertiary depending upon the number of carbon atoms attached to the carbon atom containing the functional group. So I will be seeing which functional group is there, what is the carbon atom attached to it, and which all things are attached to that carbon atom. So first of all I'm talking about alcohols. So this is my primary alcohol because this is a functional group. Functional group is attached to this carbon, and at this carbon I have only one carbon attached, right? Other two are hydrogens. So here you can see this is the first carbon, this is my functional group. The first carbon is attached to two carbons and one hydrogen. So this is secondary alcohol. So here this is my functional group. This is the carbon which is connected to three carbons. So this is tertiary alcohol. So similarly I have the halogen alkanes. So now here you can see this is my functional group. This is the attached carbon which is connected to only one carbon. So this is a primary halogen alkane. Here this is the functional group. This is the connected carbon which is connected to two carbons. So this is secondary halogen alkane. So here coming to this structure, this is my functional group. This is the connected carbon which is connected to this carbon as well as this carbon. So this is a tertiary halogen alkane. Coming to the now amine group. Now in the primary amine we have NH2 as the functional group. In the secondary amine we have NHR as the functional group, and this R could be anything. It could be CH3, it could be CH2CH3, or it could be anything, right? So in the tertiary amine we have NR2 functional group. So in this manner I have covered a lot of topics today. I hope you understood a lot of things. Thank you so much.